for this example, we're going to be doing division. 12 minus 2x over x plus 6 divided by 2x over 2x squared minus 72. Now, division is almost the same as multiplication, except you have to remember that the second fraction will always flip. So the denominator will become the numerator, and the numerator will become the denominator. So the first fraction stays the same, and you also have to change the division symbol to multiplication. So the denominator of the second fraction becomes the numerator, and the numerator becomes the denominator. Now it's just a multiplication problem, and we can start this by factoring each of the sections. So the factoring the top, we can see that there's a GCF of 2. And when we take out 2, 12 divided by 2 is 6, and 2x divided by 2 is x. Over x plus 6 doesn't factor, so we're just going to leave that the way it is, times. Now, the first thing we want to do here is factor out the GCF. We have a GCF of 2, and that leaves us with x squared minus 36. And on the bottom, 2x is just 2 times x. And if we notice that this can actually factor, because this is the difference of squares. X squared is a perfect square, and 36 is also a perfect square. And because they're separated by subtraction, you can use the difference of squares. So the square root of x squared is x and x. The square root of 36 is 6. And 1 minus 1 plus. So we don't need this anymore. We're just replacing it with this. And now we can cancel anything that will cancel. So what I notice is that this x plus 6 will cancel out with this one. And we have a 2 here that will cancel out with this one. That looks like it. So we have 2 left over. We also have this x minus 6 and a 6 minus x over x. Now, this really isn't completely factored because your x should always be your first term. So what I'm going to do here is take out a negative 1. If we take out a negative 1, let's pull that up here, 6 minus x. If we divide by negative 1 and pretend like negative 1 is our GCF, we'll have negative 1 on the outside, and we'll have left negative 6 plus x, or you can rewrite that as x minus 6. So this turns into negative 1 times x minus 6, but we can just bring the negative 1 out here with the 2 to make that negative 2. And we still have this x plus minus 6, and we have this x minus 6, over we have this x. Now see how these are the same? You can combine them by doing x minus 6 squared over x. Either one of these answers are correct, but this one just looks like a more simplified version. So that will be our final answer.